Hey everyone, as promised, we're back. We're dividing integers today. We did multiplication last week. We'll talk, or a couple days ago, we'll talk about that a little bit to start here, get a little refresher going. So that's what we're going to start right now with, is our refresher. So we have our positive times our positives. We talked about that last time. Our same signs are always positive. So positive number times positive number is positive. Negative number times negative number is also always positive because they have the same sign. If they're different signs, so positive times negative or negative times positive, then it will always be negative. So looking at some examples here, we got 3 times 4, they're the same sign, both positive. We'll have positive 12. Negative 3 times negative 4, also the same sign, so it'll be positive 12. Right here, we got 3 times negative 4. I see positive 3, negative 4, different signs. I know it'll be negative. Negative 4 times positive 3, different signs, will also be negative. And we got 3 times 0. We know anything times 0 is 0. Negative 4 times 0, anything times 0 is 0. So that's our little refresher here. I put a quick note over here because I knew this was some confusion. I saw it on the quiz last time. The word product means multiply, and the word quotient means divide. Maybe jot that down in your notes if that's something that doesn't ring a bell in your mind right now. All right, our dividing integer rules. This is another spot where you might want to pause, write these down if you don't have them down already. Basically, we have very similar rules to multiplying. So we have the quotient of two numbers with the same sign is positive. So we have the same sign, positive, just the same as we did for multiplication. Very similar. The quotient of two numbers with different signs, as you can guess, is negative. So for example, we've got 12 divided by 3. We have the same sign, they're both positive. It'll be positive 4. Negative 12 divided by negative 3. We got the same sign, they're both negative. That will be positive 4. Looking at our quotients, right down here we have 12 divided by negative 3. Different signs, we have positive 12, negative 3. We know that that has to be negative. Negative 4. Negative 12 divided by 3. We have a negative 12, a positive 3. Different signs. Negative 4. Our last rule right here is division by 0 is undefined. Undefined means it can't be solved. So unlike multiplication, when we know that anything times 0 is 0, we can't divide by 0. We're not allowed to do 12 divided by 0. That can't happen. It's not allowed. You can't solve that. It's undefined. All right, those are our 3 big rules. Like I said, if you didn't get a chance to jot those down, pause it right now. Get those written down. All right, our first practice problem here, kind of a little challenge problem, a little unique. So it's asking us to find the average. Right when I hear to find the average, I'm thinking, how do I find the average? The average, another word for that would be the mean. Maybe some of you know this, but we have find the average difference. I accidentally wrote distance, ignore that. The average difference in value of the Canadian dollar and the US dollar over time. And I have this little chart right here. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit for you. Perfect. So we're trying to find the difference over time, and they gave us the difference in a column over here. They tell us the year, not super important, the Canadian dollar price, the US dollar price. Notice the US dollar has been at $1 the entire time, and the difference right here. So I know when I'm finding the average, what I have to do is I have to figure out how many different things I'm finding the average for. In this case, 5. 5 goes on the bottom. I divide by 5. I divide by how many different numbers I'm using. What goes on the top is the difference. All those different numbers, the things that we're trying to figure out. And what I do is I add those all together. So I add together all of these differences, divide by the number of them that there are, which is 5 in this case. So we're going to start by doing negative 35 plus negative 36 plus negative 29 plus negative 23, plus negative 17. I know that's a lot of addition right now, but we know when we're adding up our negative numbers, they just keep going further into the negatives. So if I do this real quickly, I'm just going to punch it in on my calculator, save us some time for now. I know I can do this math. So we got negative 35 plus negative 36 plus negative 29 plus negative 23 plus negative 17, and gives us negative 140. So I can rewrite this as negative 140 over 5. You can also think of that as negative 140 divided by 5. They mean the same thing. Now I'm looking at this, and the first thing that I'm thinking right now is, are these signs the same or different? You can probably tell me that they are different. We looked back at our formula here. If they are different signs, it's going to be a negative answer. So I already know that the answer to this is going to be negative. So I'm thinking here, negative 140 divided by 5. I'm put over my long division. You do your division however you prefer. I'm going to set mine up like this. Negative 140. How many times could 5 go into 1? 0. How many times can 5 go into 14? Can go in twice. All right, I put 2 up here. I messed mine up. Twice as 10. Subtract there. 40 left behind. Those ones cancel out. 5 goes into 40 8 times. Got to carry that negative up. Gives me a final answer of negative 28. I know it's negative because I have a negative and a positive. Negative 28 would be our difference there. So our average difference in the value of the Canadian dollar and the US dollar over time is negative 28 cents. That's how they have it labeled. All right, a little simpler problem, stuff you're more used to here. We got negative 32 divided by 8. Right now, head puzzle that one. We've got a positive and a negative. We've got different signs. We know it's going to be a negative answer in that case. Answer here would be negative 4. 8 goes into 32 4 times. In this case, negative 4 times. Right here we have a negative and a negative. I see that they are the same sign. They're both negative, so it's going to be positive. So I know that's going to be 8. 6 goes into 48 8 times. Finally, we have another negative 56 divided by negative 4. I know it's going to be positive. They have the same signs. This one's going to be positive 14. I can show you that one real quick too here. Set up my version. Again, you can do this however works best for you. 4 goes into 5 one time. That's 4. It's 1. 6 goes into that. 4 times 14. All right, one more average here. So we just worked on our averages. They give us find the average of 4, negative 3, negative 5, 2, and negative 8. They give us 5 numbers yet again, so I'm set up the same way. 5 is going to be on the bottom. 4 plus negative 3 plus negative 5 plus 2 plus negative 8. I can just do this from left to right. 4 plus negative 3 would be 1. 1 plus negative 5 would be negative 4. Negative 4 plus 2 is going to be negative 2. Negative 2 plus negative 8 is going to be negative 10. That leaves us with negative 10 over 5. I see different signs. I see a negative on top, positive on bottom, different signs. I know it has to be negative. 5 goes into 10 2 times. Our average of those would be negative 2. There's our dividing integers. Remember those big rules. Once again, if you didn't get those jotted down, pause it right here. Get those jotted down in your notebook. Awesome. Good luck on the homework.